Hi guys, Kaustubh again. In the previous video, we spoke about basic commands around images. In this one, we will be covering basic commands around containers. These are the day-to-day commands, and we will understand how we're gonna use them. So the first command is Docker PS. This is just to check if you already have a running container or not. If the container has exited or it is stopped, then you run command docker ps minus a. It shows you all of it. Let's see how many images we have. We have Nginx, two images from Nginx, which are of two different versions. We have a Debian version and we have Ubuntu raw image. So let's deploy a container first. So the first command is docker run, and minus D is the switch is which is daemon mode, and minus name is giving a friendly name. I'm just giving a friendly name as web1, and then the container which we will be running is nginx. So it will create a container from this image, one of the images, probably the latest one, and then it will deploy a container out of it. So when we run this command, and if I run docker ps, you would see it is running. So what it shows is a container ID, which is nothing but this ID. As you know, it is a unique number given by container community. When the container runs in the background, it is scripted to either it will do nothing and it will exit. The status would say I'm exiting, and if it is doing some activity, then it is automatically running. Basically, this is running on port number 80, and that's the this name it carries. If I have to stop the running container, I can either use the web name, the friendly name I gave web1, or I can give the complete GUID, or I can just give you few letters. So as you can see, if I just come here and say docker stop S74F, that's the name, then the docker PS would actually not show me the container as running. And if I just start, then I just use the same command to start. I can do docker stop web1, and that stops the docker. And if I just do docker stop web start one web1, it will start it, and the docker will be in running state again. So when the Docker gets installed, when the container gets installed, it takes up a space on your base machine. So this is a path where you would see the container details. So this is the grid which we saw earlier. So if I just say docker ps, um, give me a minute. Yep, docker ps. Somehow the machine was slow. So this is a grid, and if I go within this particular folder, you would see the details around um, this particular Docker information being stored. So when we say the environmental variables, this is the place where you would see the environmental variables for a specific Docker. There is one more command. So the base system, when we run the command ps-ef, the base system will consider this particular Nginx as another process, right? So this is another process as per the base system, and nothing else, right? Now, if I want to log in into the operating system, or if I just want to get in the Nginx machine, I'll run the command docker execute minus IT. I stands for interaction, T stands for terminal, web1 is the um, friendly name, and I'll say bash. So bash would actually give me the console access of that machine. So if I just say cd ets -os release, this will not work. Why? Because it doesn't understand the command cd. or if I just say less, sorry, sorry, etc os release. Sorry, it does. I was trying to go into the text file. So os release is the text file, and if I do a cat, it will show me that Nginx is based on Debian, right? So if I want to dive a little bit more in this about this Nginx machine, so I'll just say history the Nginx. So it will give information about the Nginx. Um, this is the file. When was it created? Um, when was the daemon in the background running? All those informations around Nginx. So when we run the command docker history, it gives us the information around the images, not about the container. So if I go with Nginx, this will tell me that I am on version 1.25. So this one, right? If I want a specific one, like I have 1.24, I'll go to that specific one and it will tell me the information around it, right? Now, if I want to write some data within the container, so I'll go inside the container and let's say I'll just say touch ABC. Now in the upcoming videos, I'll just show you where you see the ABC content, but that's how it is written. Now this container, not this much, I mean every container, it has its own path. It does picks up the OS footprint from the base operating system. But if you can see, I logged into the container, and if I run the basic commands, it will not work because you have to install a package for them. Once you install the package, they will start learning, because this particular container is Nginx and it is configured to do a specific job. That's why they are lightweight. So in the previous command, I created ABC folder. If I come out of it and if I just say docker stop web1, um, by the way, sorry, I didn't run, I didn't mean to run top, but yeah, top is just telling us the process ID for this container. Um, but if I just say stop one, and with the stop, does the ABC folder goes away? We'll just see. So it doesn't, but stopping doesn't. Um, this is the file we created. The stopping doesn't takes away the file you created. However, if you get rid of the container, then yes, this file is actually gone. If we want to check the statistics of a particular container, we'll just say docker start, and in our case, web1. Um, Sorry, it should be stats, I think. Yeah. So it will tell you right now we haven't configured any resources, given any resources. So it's open to all of it. It's open to all the memory, all the CPU of our base machine. If you want to dig a little more about your Docker container, I think the command is inspect, and then it will tell you what is the IP address. It has been assigned under network settings. It's on a bridge network. It's occupying port number 80. Um, and you will see most of the information. So this is the config file. It is being utilizing. So the touch ABC, if we have to look for that, it is actually over here. So this is every container has an upper directory and it has a lower directory, I would say. So the upper directory is a particular mount point where you would see the data being written. In coming videos, we can show you that you can give an external storage. So when a particular container is destroyed, the storage still remains. if you want to check the logs, so docker bean um, web1, you would see what all has happened on this Docker, on this container machine. So we shut it down and then we started it back online. So all the commands related to that Docker are actually you can see them here. So when you configure a Docker, you would see something like this. So this is the space actually it is occupying. Um, and this is actually the path, sorry. Overlay is the path where you would see the Docker machine. So I configured another Docker machine. If I say Docker run and give it a name web2, you would see another Docker overlay storage driver being created over there. So overlay is nothing but a storage driver, and it tells you the path, and that's how it's a preferred storage driver, for the Docker platform. But yes, there are others, but for now we are just using this one. If I stop one of the Docker machine web1, you would see that the overlay path is gone. Now, if I want to last thing, if I just say A, so you would see minus A is for one of my containers, which is web1, which was in stop state. Now, if I want to get rid of, let's say, if I want to stop all my containers, then the command would be, just a minute. So docker stop and this particular variable, and this will actually stop all my uh, Docker machines. So you won't see them there. And if I want to remove, I'll just run the command docker rm. I can do docker rm one by one, web1, web2, and or I can just, let's say there are hundreds of Docker machine, then this is the command to get rid of all of them, right? And Docker images, we have the images and we don't have any containers. Yeah, that's all. And the next one will move with some more commands.